Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to the Sea of Fortune tonight. Yes, this is World of Warships Legends. I am your host, Phoenix61. For all sorts of shenanigans, we are in the Shimakaze, everyone's favorite ship to hate, right? I play it because you hate me, right? I don't know, I don't know, I feel like it has some, I don't know, like, legendary ships in general, like, half the population playing legendary ships are not that great. Anyway, because anyone can get a legendary tier ship, right? Just takes a little bit of time, right? Just takes some time. So, but yeah, I mean, Shimakaze, I definitely, can agree with most folks that, it's not the most skillful destroyer to have to play as, right? And part of it is, to me, it's just like it's almost like a simplified, strategy that you can take with this, right? Go concealment, go torpedoes, boom, you're done. So it definitely, you don't have to strategize as much as you do with some others, right? But alas, and then the other thing too is, everybody, a lot of people that are playing Shimakaze aren't necessarily the greatest players. So then it's this, love-hate relationship, right? I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but, you either got someone who's bad, and then you're like, oh, this Shimakaze player sucks, or, they're good, and you don't expect it, right? And you just get wasted, right? So, but yes, alas, everyone's, especially Battleship players, favorite ship to hate, right? So, but I play it every once in a while, right? Especially if I'm, trying to get through, if I lose enough at Legendary tier, and of course I blame my teammates, it's never my fault, right? If I lose enough games at Legendary tier and I'm trying to get through premium supplies, I'm like, alright, you know what, Shimakaze game. So out of frustration. So we can see that there is a destroyer capping Zone C, so I actually intentionally did not go into the zone to challenge it, right? I'm hoping that either our torpedoes hit, right? It's because very likely that if it is the destroyer, which I'm sure it is, if he takes one torpedo from us, he's probably going to die. I forget which destroyer that was. But then also we've got torpedoes going at the Marco Polo, and the other thing too is the guns on this are just not great, right? So the mistake that most Shimakaze, there we get him, it's another Shimakaze, right? Okay, so that we could have been a little bit more aggressive, but if you're a Shimakaze player and you're going in and challenging a zone that has another destroyer in it, there's a good chance that said other destroyer has better guns than you, right? So that's why I didn't go in there right away, right? This guy, I think he might have been broadside, I don't know. The other thing too, if you're sitting in the zone, don't just hang, parallel, broadside to where enemy torpedoes could come from, right? Either point in or point away. That's typically my strategy. That way you have a little bit better chance to maybe get around some torpedoes, right? You're a smaller target, right? Ideally, but I was kind of surprised that this Marco Polo just kept coming here at this point. So I do slip into the zone here, and then we're gonna drop our smoke because he's right on the edge of where we would get picked up, right? And then I was confident enough that alright, if he keeps pressing, we're gonna be able to get torpedoes on him, and that's gonna end him, right? So we've spaced out our torpedoes enough here that we kind of almost always have a rack ready to go, and then we'll be able to capture this zone here as well. Now we've got a little bit, quite a bit left in our smoke screen, right? But I don't build, I don't rely on the smoke screen very much when I'm Shimakaze, right? Typically I want to try and stay away, keep within, keep outside of that concealment range, right? We got a cruiser just lobbing shots in here trying to get a defend. It's just the hatred for Shimakaze is there, right? That's what it is. He's getting pretty close, I'm kind of surprised. The Burgoyne, I was kind of thinking, well, if he's going to turn in, which he's probably not, but we could potentially shoot a rack of torpedoes that direction. We've got another one just now getting reloaded, right? So we could, send sort of a guest shot rack in his direction, but I'm going to hold off for the time being. Now we've got two ready to go, so it's more tempting. And then I was like, it looks like he might actually run into the land there, in which case he would be forced to have to back up. So I'm going to get out a little bit more, and then we'll send one his direction, and then we get picked up by radar, which is of course no bueno. I was kind of surprised that, so that would mean that cruiser out there, or possibly one that's in closer to the middle of the map, over by over by D, may have triggered one as well. Then now we're actually getting spotted by the Burgoyne, since we're so close to him, right? So we're moving away from this sort of conundrum that we've put ourselves into, right? That is the Shimakaze's best defense is running, right? So moving away. So yeah, it was probably this Alaska that was picking us up, because that one out there that was shooting us before, that was taking those blind shots, that's that Minotaur. And then wow, that Alaska took a big hit there. So that, you know, like you're trying to, you're in Alaska, you're like, ooh, I got the Shimakaze with radar, and then you hyper focus on me, and then you don't realize you're broadside to an enemy battleship. That's what happened to that guy, right? So we got the zone. We're gonna move away. We're gonna kind of go out wide, like right. So we've got the Burgoyne. He is almost dead. I'm gonna guess that between the cruiser and battleship that are far out on our side, they can finish him off, and they do. That Brisbane gets him. So let's go where there's more damage to be dealt, which is the these two battleships on their team out here over by B that are pressing in, right? So we're gonna chase them down. I kind of like my, my strategy in like general a lot of times, especially in this situation, is like, where is my particular ship going to be the most valuable? And it's like, you know what? Probably shooting torpedoes at these battleships, right? Especially since they got a lot of health. So. And then Alaska shows himself again as well. Kind of want to take a shot towards him. These dueling Schlieffens over here. One looked like he was backing up. Kind of curious if this one that has more health is gonna do here. All right, he's moving up. Are we going to get a torpedo hit on the Alaska, maybe? Boosh! Dunsies. I was kind of surprised he came out, given the, our ship situation here. Several people would have been able to shoot him. Get that one. Oh, they died out. That might not have hit him. Alright, 3 kills, 122k damage. Yeah, we're making this look easy. I don't know, sometimes when I play Shimakaze, I like to kind of play like an idiot. This game we played smart, right, for the most part. It was a little sketchy when we were over in C, when we got picked up by that radar, but I wasn't quite sure, I didn't realize that Alaska was going to be there, right? So he literally came through the middle of the map, which is kind of not a good strategy when you're a cruiser, right? But it is what it is. And then he popped his head out through through zone B here and ate one of our torpedoes. I was kind of surprised he actually came out. Like, we've got 3 ships out here besides myself that probably could have been able to shoot him. But yeah, he ended pretty quick. I had this Schlieffen just moving forward and backwards, and then dodging all our torpedoes, I think. So I'm gonna say, we're just kind of taking the safe route here. Like, this is kind of how this is why people hate Shimakaze. Because we can just stay back and have this, if you space out the torpedo racks, right? I mean, a lot of people it's so tempting to just dump all 3 racks, send 15 torpedoes at once, and some people do that, right? Sometimes it works and sometimes it's a mistake, right? But if you space them out, now you've got this sort of constant stream of torpedoes heading towards the enemy, right? And then that's going to be, doubly good for triggering floods, right? So if you trigger flood, then you're going to force damage cons, and then you're going to, you're going to get that extra flood damage, right? Like, Shimakaze torps are brutal to start with, high flood chance, because you've got 7 hits and 7 floods, right? And it's... 7 torpedo hits gave us 144,000 damage, right? So we are in YOLO mode, right? Because we want this Kraken. I know it's the Minotaur is the only thing left, right? And someone's saying go cap those zones, but I'm going to go and ram this guy if that's what it takes. We will be super, super aggressive. This is the fun way to end a game, right? I like to end games the fun way. We will challenge him. we will have all 3 racks ready to go. So we will get our torpedoes off, and then you know, he's got quick reloading AP shells that are pretty brutal against Shimikazes, right? Against destroyers, especially at closer ranges. So I imagine we might, you know, maybe we'll get the Kraken plus it's only a flesh wound, right? Like, that's what we're going for here. It's what we're going for. We know this is risky. Plus he's got sonar too. Alright, so there he is. We're going to see which way... Alright, it looks like he's going to start moving forward now that he's spotted. And it also kind of looks like he might run into the land. Yeah, he's kind of got himself in a situation there, so we'll fire one right there. Because he can't move forward any farther. Can't pull over any farther. And then, yeah, so I'm going to suspect if those don't kill him, he will be backing up, right? So we're going to, and then of course, yeah, we're getting spotted because we're within our 5.3, or 5.4, I think I have. We'll just angle our nose towards him. And we check the Confederate medal there, because we got the 1 hit. And can we get the kill? Boosh. High caliber, Kraken, and Dev Strike. All in one. We'll see what the leaderboard looks like. Almost 200 grand in damage. It's pretty good. I'm kind of curious what my biggest Shimakaze game is. Not sure. But yeah, we definitely made that, you know, look easy there. 4,400 XP. That is pretty good. We will take that. It is kind of rare to see a game above 4,000 XP. It's usually the pro goal, right? Next guy in line is the Worcester on our team with 2,000. I maintain that, in order to have, the really good games, you need a few bad players on your team, right? You almost need bad players on your team so that they don't do too much damage. And then you need definitely bad players on the other team, right? So we're using Tanaka, so there's no fancy commander here, right? The sexy Ashikaga Teru chick is just a Geist, right? Space Fishy, that is a commander that I got lucky from a crate from an event, right? But basically just use any inspirations that are sort of torpedo-centric, right? Faster reload or more damage, whatever you got. I don't typically go for range just because the Shimakaze range is already really great, right? So, I don't want to build into torpedo range even more. The way I look at it is if you need that extra range, that's that much more time that those torpedoes are traveling, to where that's that much more time that gives the enemy more times to more time for those torps to get spotted by something else, albeit a carrier or whatever, and or the torpedoes are going to be spread out more, that kind of thing. So there's just less opportunity to hit when you're at that long of a range. But this is how I've built out this build, right? This commander. But yeah, we're basically full on torpedoes and some concealment, peppered in there, right? So we're at 900 kills with this ship. So you can tell I don't play it too much, right? We play it enough just because we play this game a freaking lot. But I've seen people with 2,000 kills in their Shimakaze, and I'm like, bro, you won. That's enough. That's enough. That is our game for today. Thank you guys who are still watching all the way through. I really do appreciate you guys. If you're not already following the channel, please do so if you enjoy my World of Warships Legends videos, because we do World of Warships Legends videos every single day we are here. So, yep, thanks again for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.